Welcome to another exhilarating episode of the Think Lab. I'm Iris, your guide on this extraordinary journey through the fabric of time. Today, we unravel the fascinating phenomenon of time slips, those mind-bending moments where ordinary people stumble into the past. Imagine walking down a familiar street, only to find yourself in a bygone era. It's a tale as old as time itself, and I promise it's going to be an unforgettable exploration. So gather around as we dive into the mysteries of the ages.
Sounds like a convenient excuse for forgetting where you parked your car, if you ask me.
Or a new way to make being late fashionable. Sorry, I was stuck in the 1800s.
So has anyone else accidentally taken a wrong turn and ended up in another century lately? Or is that just me being fashionably late again? Let's dive into these time-slip tales that make even my last-minute outfit changes look tame.
Oh, Iris, you mean like the time I accidentally found myself in the 80s and realized shoulder pads were a thing? What a nightmare.
Please, Sydney, we all know you just went back to relive the glory of neon leotards and leg warmers. Admit it.
The year is 1901. Two women, Charlotte Anne Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain, are visiting the Palace of Versailles. They are not thrill-seekers. They are academics, women of discipline and reason, with no patience for nonsense. But as they wander toward the Petit Trianon, something shifts. At first, it's subtle, a sudden stillness, a weight in the air, the feeling that something is just slightly off. Then, the details begin to change. The people around them no longer belong to their time. They see men in outdated uniforms, women in dresses long out of fashion, and a general lack of modernity that makes no sense. And then, they see her. A woman in a light-colored dress, sitting on the grass, sketching. She seems distant, detached, as if she doesn't quite belong to the space she's in, and perhaps neither do they. Moberly would later become convinced, beyond a doubt, that this woman was Marie Antoinette, sitting in the final years before the French Revolution would change everything. But then, just as suddenly as it began, the experience ends. They walk forward, and the world is normal again. No strange figures, no misplaced centuries. Only Versailles as it should be. Except, something isn't right. When they return to investigate, they find that the paths they walked and the buildings they saw do not exist, at least not anymore. They match descriptions from the 1780s, not the 1900s. And more disturbingly, historical details they should not have known. Clothing styles, specific layouts, even obscure architectural elements turn out to be correct. Time slips, a fascinating concept where individuals seemingly step into different eras, challenge our understanding of time as linear. Could these experiences be genuine, or are they mere psychological phenomena?
From a scientific standpoint, time is a dimension much like space. If multiple dimensions exist, perhaps these slips are intersections where time loops back on itself, creating these experiences.
It's intriguing to consider whether these slips are glitches in our perception, or if they reveal a deeper, hidden structure of time. Maybe our brains are simply misinterpreting stimuli, constructing a narrative from fragments.
A possibility is that these time slips are akin to déjà vu, where the brain temporarily misfires, creating a sense of familiarity or displacement. But could there be more to it than just neural quirks?
Accounts of time slips often include vivid details, suggesting they might be more than hallucinations. Could collective consciousness or shared memories play a role in these experiences?
If we consider time as non-linear and potentially fluid, how do we scientifically measure or even prove such phenomena? Physical evidence is scarce, making it difficult to validate these claims.
Perhaps the key lies in how we perceive time. If consciousness can alter our perception, could it temporarily transport us to another era, or is this just a construct of the mind?
The concept of time travel, often relegated to science fiction, might hold more truth than we realize. Quantum physics already challenges conventional notions of time, suggesting that these slips could have a basis in reality.
It's essential to approach these stories critically, yet with an open mind. While skepticism is healthy, Dismissing them outright might mean overlooking potential insights into the nature of time itself.
What about the psychological impact on those who experience time slips? The vividness and emotional response suggest these events are profound, regardless of their origin.
In exploring time slips, interdisciplinary study could be beneficial. Psychology, quantum mechanics, and even philosophy might offer unique perspectives on this enigmatic phenomenon.
Are there recorded instances where multiple people have experienced the same time slip simultaneously? Such cases could provide stronger evidence and insights into this mysterious occurrence.
Ultimately, time slips challenge our perception and understanding of reality. Whether they are true breaches of time or psychological anomalies, they invite us to question the very fabric of our existence. In the labyrinth of shadows and whispers, we find our patrons, those who nurture the exploration of the unknown. Dean Labs stands as the beacon for seekers of the unseen, crafting realms where reality's veil is just the beginning. Their creation, the Think Lab, is a sanctuary for those who dance on the edges of the explicable, a gathering of professors versed in the arcane sciences. Now, they invite you, the curious wanderer, to step into an online school beyond the ordinary. Here, you will learn the art of deciphering the enigmatic, from the paranormal to the cryptid, and even the extraterrestrial. Venture to www.deanlabs.com, where your journey begins by signing up with your email. Secure your free course and stay poised for the moment their Kickstarter unfurls. The path to understanding the mysteries awaits those who dare to follow. All right, folks, let's dive into the enigma of time slips. The stories of people accidentally stepping into the past are riveting. Could they be more than just tall tales?
Come on, Iris. Time slips. Sounds like a plot device straight out of a science fiction novel. There's no concrete evidence supporting these anecdotes.
But Grim, isn't the lack of evidence precisely what makes them intriguing? Just because we can't explain something doesn't mean it didn't happen.
I'm with Sydney on this. Quantum physics suggests that time might not be as linear as we perceive. What if these incidents are rare but plausible quantum events?
Orion, you're jumping to conclusions. Quantum physics is complex, sure, but it doesn't give a free pass to every bizarre story out there.
Mara, don't dismiss it so quickly. History is full of phenomena that seemed impossible until proven otherwise. Maybe time slips are simply beyond our current understanding.
Piper, you're dreaming. Until someone brings back an artifact from Victorian London, I remain unconvinced.
Grim, artifacts or not, the consistency in these narratives across different cultures hints at something more. Could it be a shared psychological experience?
Iris, that's a fair point. Perhaps these experiences are a collective manifestation of our subconscious, triggered by stress or déjà vu.
But Sydney, if it's just psychological, why are there sometimes physical changes reported, like clothing or environment? It's too detailed to be hallucination alone.
Orion, detail doesn't mean true. Our minds are capable of creating vivid realities. Let's not forget how easily memory can be manipulated.
Mara, that's true. Yet there are documented cases where multiple people experienced the same time slip. Are all their memories manipulated simultaneously?
Piper, mass hysteria isn't out of the question. People influence each other's perceptions all the time, especially in stressful situations.
Grim mass hysteria or a dimensional breach? It's all speculative, but isn't it thrilling to ponder the possibilities?
I agree, Iris. The beauty of these discussions is exploring the unknown. Until science catches up, we're left with fascinating stories to fuel our curiosity.
I lean towards skepticism regarding time slips. While the anecdotes are fascinating, without empirical evidence or a scientific framework to explain these occurrences, they remain intriguing stories rather than proven phenomena.
I find the concept of time slips captivating because it challenges our understanding of time as a linear construct. Though evidence is lacking, the possibility of time being more fluid than we perceive opens new avenues for exploration in physics.
I'm skeptical but open-minded. Time slips could be misinterpretations of memory or perception. However, if one day we uncover scientific principles that allow for such phenomena, That would be a groundbreaking discovery.
I believe there could be more to time slips than we currently understand. History is filled with things once thought impossible that are now commonplace. Maybe these occurrences hint at a broader comprehension of time yet to be unlocked.
As the host, I find myself fascinated by time slips. While hard evidence is elusive, exploring these stories could expand our understanding of time and consciousness, perhaps leading us to uncover hidden dimensions of existence.
I am skeptical of time slips. The stories may be compelling, but they often lack consistency and verifiable evidence. Until we have more concrete data, they remain speculative narratives rather than scientific realities.
As we wrap up this episode on time slips, one can't help but wonder if these eerie tales are mere figments of imagination or glimpses into the fabric of time itself. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, the mystery remains tantalizingly unresolved. So next time you find yourself in an unfamiliar place, take a moment to look around. You might just be stepping into another era. Until next time, keep your clocks wound and your minds open. This is Iris, signing off, hoping you don't slip into anything too serious. Time travel insurance is hard to come by.
Well, if you do end up in the past, at least you'll finally have a valid excuse for missing your deadlines.
Or better yet, bring back some vintage snacks. I've heard the 80s were a snacktacular era.